Hey, my legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review 2Lantula. Now, it premiered last Saturday night on Sci-Fi, just as that Sharknado 4 premiered the week before, but that was on Sunday night. And I didn't have a chance to see it that Saturday because I was over with my sister, then we were getting ready for a very busy day last Sunday at Niagara Falls. I got to do a video about my experience in Niagara Falls pretty soon. Hopefully tomorrow. If it don't, I might have to bring out some different furniture, and see if it don't rain and stuff. And it's really weird. Outside is super hot out. It's like 12:05, and it's still like at least 83 or 4 degrees outside, believe it or not, even though it's sunset. And the movie is 2Lantula, the sequel to Lantula I reviewed last summer, starring Steve Guttenburg and some of his other cast members from Police Academy. And the other cast members were Michael Winslow, the guy who does the sound effects, and that girl played Hooks, and also Leslie Easterbrook. Now, the one weird thing is, with Leslie Easterbrook, she actually gets killed in the first one. It would have been cool if she would have been in the second one. They could have brought, there's no real logic to these films. You could have easily brought her back, but oh well, they decided not to. And this one right here starts off with both Michael Winslow. Michael Winslow is the guy who did the sound effects in the Police Academy movies. And Steve Guttenberg coming out, and they're dressed in cop uniforms, just like in Police Academy, which was really cool. They were in Florida this time, and something happened. I predicted how that first scene would end. I don't want to give anything away, but it was really good. And he comes back as character Colton West, a very obnoxious actor type, whose career in actuality is in decline, but he acts like he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that. And they're in Florida, and it's kind of ironic because they're dressed in police outfits, like in Police Academy. And the one where they went to Florida, that Police Academy 5, Miami Beach, that was the one with that guy who replaced him. I don't even know the actor's name. Because Steve Guttenberg was only in the first 4 Police Academy movies. And then this other guy, new guy, still don't know his name, replaced him. He wasn't as good. But I did like Police Academy 5, though. And it's kind of ironic. He's in one in Florida. Anyways, he's talking to his stepdaughter, and she's on the beach while he's working. And then, they have a little scene, and all of a sudden, all heck breaks loose. It's like 7 minutes into the movie. And they say at the beginning, it said, based on a true story. Yeah, right. And you see all these, explosions. You see meteorites coming down. Every time it explodes, like a big, giant lava comes out. And before it did, right when they're coming down, this one little girl says, "They're here," which is a nod to Poltergeist. With Heather O'Rourke did that back a long time ago. And there's lots of nods to different movies I'll be telling you about during this review. And, they see her friend and the stepdaughter running from the Lantulas, And for a while, there's like 2 separate stories. There's the Steve Guttenberg part, and then there's one involving his stepdaughter, like 2 separate versions of that. And, his stepdaughter meets up with these 2 other guys, and they help fight the Lantulas. The one with the story with her and her friend is not as interesting as the Steve Guttenberg one. It was okay. But with the Steve Guttenberg one, he finds these new weapons to fight the Lantulas. It looks like these giant ray guns out of like Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers, like these huge things that made out of plastic and stuff. And they're supposed to shoot liquid nitrogen to freeze them. And it's pretty cool. And but throughout the movie, he has this assistant, this one kid, and Steve Guttenberg's like really hamming it up and talking real gruff like this, because he doesn't talk like that normally. He's like, all of a sudden he started going like that, "Kid, you gonna help me fight him? You in, you out?" Like that. And he gets really, really like that, like Christian Bale did in Terminator Salvation when he was supposed to be serious in that one. Like, I remember when someone knocked on the door and Christian Bale's like, "Come in," like that. I was like, oh my God, I kind of laughed. But in this one, he keeps talking. He gets more and more gruff like this. And to the point where he's on one of those Everglades boats with a fan. And every time he pushes the stick, it goes, Really incredibly overacted, but I mean, it's supposed to be there. You can see him do it more and more and more throughout the movie, most of it, anyways. And like I said, they're fighting the Lantulas. They get into the Everglades, and there's different spoofs to different movies. They spoof the little spoof of Scarface, Jurassic Park, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned How I Learned to Love the Bomb, or something like that. I can't remember the alternate title. I know it's on my head, but I can't remember it. And a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. It's in Miami Vice too. They have them dressed up like Crockett and Tubbs, Michael Winslow and Steve Guttenberg. And the one thing about the movie is, it's actually, I don't know, it has these different tones. Sometimes it kind of wants to be serious. Sometimes it's joking. Sometimes the jokes are really funny in the movie. But it just doesn't seem that self-developed. It's like the Lantulas is taking over all Florida, but it seems very contained. It doesn't seem like just like a few people are fighting them. It's not like the whole state is up in arms going. You know, they have like some news reports and stuff like that. And later on, this one Colonel Martin Cove, famous for playing the coach in Karate Kid movies, and he was in other movies, like he played deputy sheriff in the original Last House on the Left. Comes in there and he's like the tough guy and stuff like that. And it's alright. I don't think it's as good as the first one. But Michael Winslow is really funny whenever he does the sound effects. Like, there's a part when they're walking the Everglades and Michael and Michael Winslow like, boop, 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 or something like that. Steve Guttenberg said, hey, if that's you, I'm going to shoot you in the foot. And there's a lot of goofy stuff. And he does that. It's just weird. And it seemed like he was Steve Guttenberg, and he said, Steve said to him, he said, hey, go watch out. No, he says, what did he say? Go get him or something like that. And he said, no. I said, go get him. And he's like, I heard you the first time. Or no, you said it twice. And it's just nuts. But I mean, I wish it was better, though. It wasn't as good. In some parts, it just doesn't seem like it. In Sharknado, it seemed like that was affecting the whole world, even though it was illogical and had some action. This one is really, in a way, slow paced. It seems like there's only a few amount of people really fighting that. Him and his step daughter and her friends, and Steve Guttenberg, his friends, and that's about it. And also the Martin Cove and a few army guys. It's okay. It's just not as good as the first one, though. And there's a scene where he's like growling instead, and then Michael Winslow starts grinding. Michael Winslow is probably the best thing in the movie. And also Hooks from Police Academy was in there, and she was the one who used to say, if you would just be quiet. And then she'd get mad and go, freeze, dirtbag, like that. She doesn't talk like, she doesn't do like that little voice to the rough voice, but she does she speaks like her normal voice in this one. It's just not as good as the first one. I like the first one better than this one. And as far as the special effects, they started out pretty decent, but then they started getting really shitty. And then at the very end, I'm not giving anything away, special effects absolutely sucked. It looked like shit. A horrible ending. And it really hurt the movie. And it wasn't from... with movies like this, I got in the habit of saying it's from the Asylum, the same people did Sharknado. No, it's made by Cinetel, who used to make really bigger budgeted movies. They used to play in the theaters and stuff. But this movie's kind of a letdown. It usually when I said Sharknado was silly, this one's more stupid. But it had funny parts. There's parts I liked in it, but not enough to really give it a strong recommendation. That ending just looked awful. Tony Talent, if you want to check it out and give me your thoughts. And Valon, if you want to check it out, give me your thoughts too. I probably have to give a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it'd be much better than what it would be. The commercial trailers make it look much better than what it is, but it's only okay. It's nothing super special, super fancy. Sharknado 4 was much better. So there you have it. 6.5 for 2Lantula. So until next time, please take care of my legion. see who left the comment. Let's see. Oh. Oh, Goody Two Shoes said that she was grateful not to have that devil lettuce in there from Burger King, because some of Burger King leaves some really bad lettuce in their sandwiches and stuff. So, take care, everyone.